on Toronto as if they try to prepare for them down the road in the finals. And so leaving Kawhi out and not letting him play, look, if you win the game, that's icing on the cake. But if you lose the game, you know what? Okay, we didn't have our full strength. We didn't have our best player. And so I just think it's not about getting to the finals. I think Toronto's thinking about how can we win a championship. I think the rest of the guys have improved. I think, we talked last night, Matt, about Kyle Lowry, maybe him less scoring, more facilitating.
Right.
To beat this team, you're not going to beat them with two guys. You're going to need a team effort, guys playing well, playing at a high level. And so, I think there's the gamesmanship involved with all of this. And whether he's hurt or not, the idea, I'm not mad, as Smitty had talked about, with the idea of leaving him out and seeing what can happen. And let's be honest, they played as well as they played all season, I thought, last night.
They were great
against the Clippers.
Yeah. 34 assists, just 9 turnovers last night. Showed off the depth, which was really impressive. Ibaka was great offensively. Lowry scored again. Just for the sake of argument, how much can be gained on the Golden State side if Kawhi had played tonight? If he's out there and you're thinking down the line, it would have to be a finals for the two of them to meet again this season. But how much is to be gained from one meeting if it were to play out tonight?
I think for Golden State, it doesn't matter as much.
Right.
I think because they've won, they're champions. They've taken on, obviously, arguably the greatest player in the game, LeBron James. I think they understand what it takes, and they are the favorite. And so for them, it's just about getting back their spirit and their joy, which, Steph is back playing like we know he can play. Draymond's coming back. So, it's about having that spirit and playing at your best when it matters most in the postseason. And I think they will be there and be ready. But for Toronto, there's a lot of sort of mental hurdles they have to overcome. They have to, have success in the postseason. They have to get there. And then, you're going against this juggernaut here. You want to feel good that you have a chance, not be satisfied by showing up, but feel like, hey, we're in it to win it. And so I don't know if it's an advantage so much or if it really matters to Golden State. It matters for Toronto.
By the way, that Raptors win came against the Golden State without Steph Curry and without Draymond Green. So if they get the win tonight, the reverse is true. No Kawhi Leonard on the floor. But if he had played, again, going back to that hypothetical, how much is to be gained in terms of strategy? Here are our guys on the floor. Here are your guys on the floor. What are we seeing? How much are coaches willing to reveal in those matchups if they're thinking ahead?
Matt, and I'm glad you brought that up because there's so much to this because you have Steve Kerr's established coach, also a guy who's been around. Nick Nurse, who's I think is a fantastic coach. How much can he hold back his playbook and his strategy when you're a first-year coach trying to gain trust with some guys that even though a lot of guys know you from an assistant coach standpoint, they don't know you as a head coach. Then I think also is for Toronto, other than Kawhi and Danny Green, a lot of these guys have to prove they can win big ball games down the stretch in the playoffs when it matters. And why not let this group play against the Golden State Warriors to see where they are?
If you're the Warriors, how much can you go to school against the Raptor team that had Kawhi, if that were the case tonight? In other words, your scouts are going to watch them a million times. You're going to have all their plays by the time you meet in a theoretical NBA Finals. How much does it matter that you see them or don't see them at full capacity in the
the one thing is they've seen Kawhi individually, and so you have tendencies on him and Danny Green because they're in the Western Conference. But now you want to get a chance to see them with the Toronto Raptors. A lot of times it's not even something on the court. I know playing against guys, when you see the guy and they're calling the play, he doesn't really want to get open. There was a little thing you say, this guy really doesn't want it. There's different things. There's a guy that doesn't want to get fouled at the end. He kind of looks away and roll. There's certain things you just pick up and you get a chance to talk. And that's why you always wanted to play, to pick up some of the things that we won't really see as far as plays. And who argues, who gets upset when they don't get the basketball, when they don't get touches. Those are the things I know we used to pick up on.
If you're handicapping this right now, how likely a scenario is this that these two meet again this season?
I think it's very likely. I think obviously Golden State, you have to, pencil them in, or maybe write in pen. They'll get to the finals. I think obviously Toronto, there was a lot of uncertainty. What's this team going to be like? A new star in Leonard, a new head coach in Nick Nurse. But I have been impressed. I think they're more athletic. I think they score. They're more diverse in terms of their scoring. They're just a better team than they were last year. And I thought last year in the regular season they were really good. So this team is primed for a finals matchup. I don't know if they can beat Golden State, but I think right now, I know Milwaukee's in the picture, Philadelphia, Boston's they're starting to figure it out, and you know they will figure it out. But this team, there's something going on here that's unique and kind of special, and I think there's a good chance. If I'm a betting man, I probably would go with Toronto at this point.
For me, Matt, real quick is Boston Celtics, first, second, third, fourth options, we kind of know.
Right.
Philadelphia, first, second. Toronto, first, second. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, and even as well there's playing, this is no knock on Toronto.
Right.
I love everything they're doing. If you can pencil in, if you look in and crystal ball, who's the first option? Kawhi.
Yeah.
Second option, Lowry. At times hasn't been that consistent in big games, but I think he's playing.
He's had some bad playoff games.
Then who's the third option?
Maybe Siakam. I mean,
I was going to say Ibaka.
Maybe. I'm not ready to pin.
But when you start saying maybe,
well, and I was going to say maybe Serge Ibaka, but Siakam should be in the most improved conversation as it is. He's been fantastic.
For their case,
but is he ready for that?
We shall see.
On a conference champion? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, that's the most improved conversation. The Rookie of the Year conversation.